Hello, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Jay from Jay's Sweet and Sour Life, and my 8-year-old wanted to be here, but she couldn't, and she had a question for
Why?
you.
Where is
There's,
she?
there's this thing called school, and I guess they have,
Mm, I get it. I get it.
yeah. And so she wanted to know, what's your favorite craft that you have made with Gabby when she's in her craft room, and why?
Oh no, your kid's stumping me out of the gate.
She's known for that.
Oh no. You know what? I actually know the answer to this, but it's something you haven't seen yet.
Hmm. Okay.
That's what came to mind. So tell her she has even more fun adventures awaiting her.
She's gonna love it. So my 8-year-old also wanted to know, Gabby's dollhouse is full of fun crafts and surprises. Are you a crafty person in real life?
Yes, I'm really crafty in real life, and I've been doing arts and crafts my entire life. I grew up with a mom that always had some creative thing for us to do, and I have now passed that on to my own kids. And since they were 2 years old, we've been doing Sculpey or Fimo and origami and painting and all kinds of arts and crafts. Every holiday had a special arts and crafts, and we are a very, very crafty family. And I think it's important. I think it's a really nice way to bond with your family
Mhm.
and, just get creative together, put down anything electronic and get your hands in there and make something together for each other, for yourself. Even for the trash later, it's the experience that's really fun.
Yeah, my daughter loves making crafts too. So every time
Hmm.
it comes to Mama Kitty, she's like, oh, it's on now. What do we
Yeah.
need?
Yeah, that's me. I was Mama Kitty for sure. I am. I mean, we still do it. My kids are 17 and 19 and we still do crafts all the time.
Oh. So I wanted to know, how much of you is brought to your characters on the show, and do you have anything in common with them?
I have a lot in common with my characters, and oddly enough, the coincidences are coincidences, or maybe not coincidences. But what I'm trying to say is, I did not bring these ideas to them. And one, Kitty Fairy loves nature, outdoors, garden. So do I. It's like my favorite thing is outside, grass, trees, flowers, plants. I love connecting with nature, and I love magic, and I love singing, and I love ritual around magic that make people feel good and seen and loved. So it's like I'm basically Kitty Fairy, but I'm also a mama box, and I love being a mom. I've loved every stage of being a mom. I I was so in every moment. My job, I was very lucky that I got to work up until I delivered. I could bring my kids with me to the studio, and I would have like a nanny when they were nursing, and I'd run out and nurse them and then get back in the booth. So and most jobs in voiceover end before school gets out. So I really got to be a full-time mama and do this job. So I feel very fortunate. And so Mama Box is a hands-on mom, as am I, and we're both very crafty. We always were doing an arts and crafts in our house, always since the time they were babies, always doing arts and crafts. So I'm exactly both these characters without them knowing it.
So it's almost like they made the characters for you.
It is, and I don't even think I realized that until this day.
Oh, that's so cool. You have an extensive voiceover career. We wanted to know if you could take us back to the beginning and share with us your first gig and how you got it, because you were 13, right?
Hmm. So I grew up in Toronto. It's actually where I am now. I just finished filming an on-camera series here. And I knew from the age of 5 that I wanted to be a performer. And my parents didn't really know much about the entertainment industry. The closest thing is I had a grandfather who was a cantor. Um, and so they finally got me an agent, figured out how to get me an agent after I drove them nuts about it when I was 13. And I booked my first on-camera show and my first stage play and my first animated series, which was the title role of Hello Kitty, which was very, very exciting because I grew up in a toy store and my parents were the first to import Hello Kitty into Canada. And there's actually pictures of my dad in like the Hello Kitty giant costume, and I'm like a little 5-year-old beside him. So it was a really sort of nice way to start in the business. And sort of the rest is history. I had well over 20 animated series to my name in Canada before I moved to Los Angeles, and they were often co-production with the United States. So they were shows that were reputable and recognizable on my resume. And even with that, it still took a couple of years to get my footing. And in fact, I was eviction notice broke my first 2 years, and I almost thought maybe I should go home because I know I'll work there. And the same woman that gave me Hello Kitty called me in my apartment and asked if I would do the new Inspector Gadget show. And I was like, oh my God, she kind of helped create me and then resurrected me. So Marsha Goodman, thank you. Yeah, and then it's just always been this really beautiful thing because, there are many, many areas of performance in entertainment. And I love doing on camera and I love doing theater. And I feel very blessed that I get to do so much animation in between those things or simultaneously with those things because this very special world that not a lot of people get membership cards to, and I feel very blessed to have been one of those people.
That's amazing. Wow. It was almost like the universe was calling. It was like, no, stay here.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, it really was like that.
My 8-year-old wanted to know if you could share any of your favorite memories from when you played with your dollhouse as a little girl.
I really loved redecorating. I loved having stories in my house. I would have the dolls that were people or little characters or little ponies or whatever I had, all doing things. It was a big imagination world for me. And I remember at the time wishing they would come to life because what a fun bunch of people they were to play with. I really loved my dollhouse. It was really, really special. And I just loved playing make believe and using my imagination with it.
And you said that your grandfather had made it for you?
No, my aunt had got it for me, I think from like one of these like Mennonite markets. Like it was like a beautiful wooden hand carved dollhouse.
Wow, that's
Hmm.
really cool. I know my daughter, she has like 5 different doll houses, and we still need
Uh,
Gabby's doll house to be added to this.
yeah, of course you do. Everybody needs Gabby's dollhouse.
Everyone, including her.
Yes, of course, of course.
So I know we talked earlier about your extensive voiceover acting career, and to drop a few, Dill Pickles, Timmy Turner, CCBB. I wanted to know, out of all the characters you've voiced, what is your personal favorite character? Do you have one?
I I love them. I love many of them a lot, but I have to say my very favorite thing that I ever booked was Melody, who was the Little Mermaid's daughter in the sequel to The Little Mermaid, The Mermaid 2.
Oh my,
Because I totally fangirled when I met Jodie Benson, and I used to run around impersonating her, and I was like fangirling really hard when I met her, and get to sing in the studio with her was pretty special.
oh my gosh, that ties in with me. My brother, the very first present he got me for my birthday was that movie, and I just
Yeah,
geeked out and I ran home and put it in.
right. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my
Right.
god. Yeah, love that movie. Thank
Me
you so
too.
much for
Thank
talking with me
you.
today.
Yeah, sure.